Drop it.
Quick hits in the Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Hits in the Psychic Dolphin Garage, a show where we evolve past quote tweets and the top Reddit comments and everything else that exists on the internet to try and deliver our best monologue jokes based on news that we have consumed. This week, I have just an all-star lineup, truly something that I'm excited and thankful for. I'm just going to go around the horn here a little bit, let people introduce themselves. Let's start off. We have Alexxus. How's it going?
It's going. Living
Perfect.
the dream every single day, you know?
Okay. Yeah, hey, it's the American dream, and I think we can all agree it's a new day, and everything is much different than it was 2 weeks ago, right? That's the important thing to keep in mind.
And I've been up since, like 3 a.m. Because my job is terrible. It's actually pretty great, but the timing is just awful. So I'm like running on fumes right now, which I feel like is going to make this either 10 times better or 10 times worse. So we will see.
Exactly. I was going to say only fate will decide. We also have Alex and Tony from Minion Death Cult. How is it going, y'all? What is up?
So we only get one introduction.
It's like doing the Uber pool option when selecting introductions. That's kind of what I'm going for here.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
Alex, that was for you and the cat. I get my own later.
That would have been such a better save. Oh, unfortunate.
Alex, I'm a UPS driver. I'm a Teamster, but more importantly, I'm a podcaster with my good buddy and co-host Tony Boswell.
Perfect. Tony, how's your day been?
My day is awesome. I am also a co-host of Minion Death Cult, and it's a testament to podcasting and what you can achieve, because I will tell you the one advantage Alex and I have is height, and that does not help you in podcasts, but here we are.
Yeah, so as we're reading jokes, just picture it. Tony is 6'4". That's the important thing to keep in mind the entire time.
Alex is actually a taller 6'4".
Oh, perfect. Then we also have Teddy. Teddy, how is it going? What's been going on in your world? I think we haven't talked in a couple weeks. So
yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
I just to get super personal, I just started a new medication, which causes insomnia on top of me already having insomnia. So I've been great. I've been having a wonderful time.
You've opened up your third eye and you're needing eye drops because it's just red and dry and irritating at this point, right? Is that what's happening in the sleep schedule?
I'm living that 311 lifestyle. My aura is air. I'm ready to go.
Oh, wonderful. Then we have Griftshop just joining us. I want to say in the garage, but it feels weird because it's a crowded space over Zoom right now. But I like the idea of, at least with each of our pictures, it shows an element of social distancing. What's going on in your world? How's your week been, Grift?
Speaking of social distancing, I've been on COVID lockdown since Wednesday after an exposure. But I got a negative test yesterday, so got the results. So that's fingers crossed for now. But yeah, I've been locked in the shop.
I mean, I keep telling you to not attend those rallies, but you go there, boots on the ground, selling hoodies for $100 a pop, getting your way through college. It's an admirable goal.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had been exposed on behalf of some grifting activity, but it was honestly just reckless behavior on my part. So.
Oh my God.
The ultimate Frisbee leagues, they don't follow protocols like they used to. I get it. And then, rounding off the horn here, we have JJ Demon. He's someone who I wanted to say is kind of like the unofficial member of the garage, but yeah, he's always there. So how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm currently in jail for storming the Capitol, but this was important, so they got the setup to me. So I'm hanging out.
I'm just glad to know that jail allows Zoom. That's an important feature.
Jail
I think
also allows TikTok. The amount of TikToks that I've seen of people sneaking phones in prison and doing dances, it's quite remarkable. Like I support 100%. Love it. We love to see it.
Awesome.
That's going to be like a bizarre, absolutely lib take. We can't abolish prisons. What about this subgenre of TikTok? What will happen then? Think of
what
that,
about
please.
prison TikTok?
That is a woke take.
I mean, I'm pretty woke if I do say so myself.
Prison TikTok is like some of the most important journalism happening in prison right now.
I would agree with
like,
that.
It's incredible. Yeah, you if you want to know if a strike is happening in a prison, it's on TikTok. If you want to see like what's really going on in prisons, it's on TikTok. It's not it's really it's funny. It's an important thing as entertaining as it is. It's also turning out to be very important.
Also, I forget who said it online. Now we're getting some real talking heads political theater element here. Like, I respect you, but also it's my data, but also stop, but also,
Hell yeah, crank up the kayfabe. Let's go.
All right. Well, it seems like we're firing on all cylinders. If I could say words, it probably would be a good thing.
English is hard. It's okay.
It really is. It really is. But without further ado, let's go ahead and tell some fucking jokes.
It's the hilarious comedy game, Make Me Laugh.
I'll go ahead and take it away right off the bat. Following the attack on the U.S. Capitol last week, multiple women are now using the popular Bumble dating app to lure unsuspecting rioters and turn them over to the FBI. I've heard of a sting operation, but this is ridiculous.
Is this a B joke?
Did y'all see about that headline that was crossing, though? It just,
I mean, I haven't, but I mean, I'm all for, female empowerment, question mark? Something like that. I don't know. I mean, I love luring unsuspecting men.
That's legit a huge fear of mine. Like, I am terrified that I'm getting, like, it's a sting operation and it's a honeypot and it's just like some, like, white woman with a giant ass was like yelling BLM, and like I'm going to show up and I'm going to get actually lynched. Like that's a real fear of mine.
I mean,
I was like, no, you're too perfect.
That was basically the operation that Merrick DeVille was running. Like straight up.
Oh my god!
So like if I subscribed, do they have all my info now?
that is a real problem. Antifa 1488 lover girl probably is a weird username to try and develop here. My goodness. JJ, what have you got?
I'm gonna jump to a similar take since I'm coming right off you. I'm not going to start with what I was going to start with.
Okay.
Federal agents are investigating a viral video of a goth girl stealing a painting from the wall of the Capitol building during the siege. Yeah, they put out an APB on the girl with the MAGA tattoo. Police are also on the lookout for a man that took a shit inside the Capitol building. Authorities say if you see Ted Cruz, to call 1. So.
I like it. That is.
It's a two-parter.
Perfect. Yeah. It's a solid 1-2 combination. I do wonder, like, how many people are going to be able to ultimately get caught as a result of this, because it seems like it just keeps on coming in waves of more and more people keep getting arrested and discovered.
All these fucking idiots are recording themselves and not wearing masks. Like, you're just fucking doing it to yourself at this point. Like, honestly, like karma. We love to see it.
Because that was the purpose of the event, to film themselves, to create content. Like, it literally baked into the entire reason they were there. Like,
yeah, they were trying to sell like beer koozies and shit.
Yeah. Like, on one hand, respect the grift. Like,
right. Yeah.
On the other, respect the grift.
I never quite understood their strategy of trying to turn the U.S. Capitol into a hype house, but I can get behind it a little bit.
Yeah, it was basically a MAGA pop-up shop. Like.
All right.
God.
So, Alexander, what have you got?
Yeah, so I've also been watching the news. I've also seen some stuff, including about this Capitol riot. The Q shaman, who was arrested on federal charges for storming the Capitol building in an attempt to help Trump stop the steal, has also been canceled for cultural appropriation. This guy, the Q shaman, he wears the fur hat and the face paint and the paint, that sort of thing. After being lied to by a U.S. president and then abducted by the federal government, indigenous peoples told him to stay in his lane.
From fucking 3, my God, Alex.
I was giving my closer, but we were already on the Capitol building, so.
Oh yeah, it worked out well. Oh, Alexxus, go for it.
Oh God. Okay, so this is the first thing that I wanted to say because I laughed so hard I almost pissed myself. So going with that, so Chuck Schumer, I don't know. I was homeschooled, so I really can't pronounce words. I just read them. The Senate majority, the new Senate majority leader, he was talking and so the quote is, let's see, when the trial ends, senators will have to decide whether they believe Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against the United States. This motherfucker legitimately said erection on the Senate floor, and he just kind of shakes his head and keeps moving. But it was honestly the highlight of my entire day. Like, oh my God.
Are you saying you're not a fan of the Blue MAGA Chew sponsorship opportunity?
I mean, whatever works. I'm a go with the flow kind of person, as long as you're not like completely shitty, I can roll with it,
Oh, so not Chuck Schumer then. I get it. Okay.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, I think the word erection is hilarious, especially when it's used out of its strict context.
I think even when used in context, it's a little bit funny.
Well, imagine like you're like making out with someone, like things are getting hot and steamy, and you're like, oh, I feel your erection. Like I would just walk out and leave. Like honestly, like that's oh my God. God fucking bless.
Or even worse. Oh, so that's your erection. Duh, just pain.
I have a good friend who her husband, whenever they like first ever hooked up, apparently they were getting at it. He got undressed and she looks at him and goes, wow, congratulations on your penis.
That's nice.
That's never happened to me.
It worked for them. They're married now. So I guess, whatever works.
If you like it, you have to put a cock ring on it. I understand. All right, Teddy, what's going on? What have you got?
So I'm sure that everyone has seen the many hundreds of thousands of Bernie memes that have been going around. And I just think that it's always funny that the left is like kind of split into the two sides of like, Bernie isn't that important. He's just like a figurehead for ideas. And then the other half is like, wow, I love my grumpy socialist grandpa. And like, we get it. You can just say that you didn't have a good father figure in your life. Like,
ouch, fuck you. That hurt a little bit. God damn.
I hate how two things can exist and be true at the same time.
Oh my God. The Bernie Sanders memes have been killing me too. My personal favorite. So I was raised very conservatively. I was a homeschooler. At one point I was like skirts only, no TV, rock music is of the devil, yada yada yada. My family's batshit. But
and you still believe all of that today,
yes, and
right?
to this day, I'm a very devout religious person. I'm sure, as you can
kicked
tell.
out of the Mennonite church for being too into what we do, I believe.
Exactly.
Is, what their note said.
But I was never allowed to read, look at, watch anything the Twilight series. So I just recently was like, you know what? I'm going to hate watch it as an adult. So my favorite version of these Bernie Sanders memes have been the Twilight ones. One that really particularly killed me was they put Bernie on, I guess, Edward Cullen's back, and he was like, you ready, spider monkey? And I started like crying. I was laughing so hard. Every single Twilight Bernie Sanders meme I've seen has been straight fire, and it's so funny because the movie is just so great to make fun of.
Especially when you consider the fact that I think by age, Edward Cullen is older than Bernie, right?
Yeah.
So, they could really start like discussing old man hobbies that only they can relate to each other with,
Exactly. Exactly.
That might be an anti-Semitic trope you just did there.
I gotta be careful there. As I speed out of it, I'll throw Grift here into the controversy. Well, what are you bringing forward here?
Bernie Sanders has a lot in common with blood-sucking demons.
All right. So yeah. Speaking of getting in trouble online, I'd like to apologize to the PICRU community for doing an online ableism. So I posted that I would tip Madison Cawthorn's wheelchair over, but I did not consider that the Third Reich would have euthanized him because he only looks like an Ubermensch from the waist up.
See, it's funny for me because I had no idea who you were talking about at first, and then by the end, it's like I know exactly. Oh, that what is he from? He's from Wisconsin, right?
North Carolina or something.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's the mark of a good joke when it gives those context clues.
The next president of the United States or a future president rather, that we're making fun of there, because my God, he is legitimately terrifying. I think it would be how it would go. The first and probably only wheelchair accessible death camps is what we're really striving for. It's ADA compliant. That is the thing to focus on. It's an all-inclusive intersectional death camp. All right? That's the thing we need to focus on. All right.
God.
So the round two, now that I already shot myself in the foot. A Florida man who bet $100 on Trump being inaugurated is being sued for not paying up. The matter will be resolved in the traditional manner according to the Florida Constitution. Trial by combat. There we go. Quiet laughter.
I would pay money to watch that.
I wish
all my dollar bills.
I wish we lived in a world where we would just have tons of like Florida man trial by combat stories coming out of the state.
Unfortunately, I think we might be. Is a bit of a problem, I think, in Florida.
Oh my God, Florida's a cesspool. Every time you read some crazy ass story, it's always like Florida man did blah 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 blah.
We say that as Texans,
man.
though. We got to be careful because Texas isn't exactly the shining city on a hill that it wants to be.
You are not wrong.
I was actually born in Florida, and whenever I read like a Florida man story, I just get flashbacks of what my life could have been like if my family never left.
Yeah, how much cheetah print are we talking, Teddy? Like what's
I do own multiple pairs of cheetah print pants.
Okay.
Respect.
I've heard the reason that there's so many Florida man stories is that their state has different regulations when it comes to like releasing people's stories to the media. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easier for these stories to get out into the national media than other states.
Yeah,
it makes joke writing easy. Okay, right. I'm not going to say a man. I'm going to say a Florida man. That gives context for everything. Just picturing some Joe Exotic motherfucker.
One of the major flaws in that law, though, is it does something about representation, because you always hear about Florida man, but you don't hear about Florida woman as often, and that's fucking bullshit.
Sexism.
We need representation. We need people. We need representation there. Take up
women
space,
can get
ladies.
high on meth and steal from a CVS just the same as men can. Okay, Lord. All right, JJ.
Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro may have committed a Bolsonono, committing crimes against humanity in the Amazon jungle. Apparently, he's the first person to give the coronavirus to trees.
Sorry, what?
Jungle.
He has had it like 4 times.
Yes,
right?
many coronavirus cases for one man.
I'm with you.
They're not all hits.
Oh my god.
The important part is that then you lean into it. You're like, you know what? This one isn't going to be a winner, so it's charisma time. Got to sell it with the face.
Listen, I have a loyal cult following, and they are somewhere laughing.
That's all that matters, you know?
To me.
All right, Alexander, go for it.
Yeah, so I also saw the Bernie Sanders meme. Bernie, he wore a coat and mittens to the inauguration. Did everybody see this?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Please explain.
He wore a coat and mittens to the inauguration. Some people said he looked disrespectfully homeless. We all know that that's a really
oh my god
respectful way to be, is homeless. Some people said his coat was too expensive for him to be a man of the people. Why isn't anyone saying what's really important, which is that I wish he was dead because I hate him. Pain for me and my family. Please come and take me out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Liberals will literally tell an old man outside in the cold to do emotional labor for his enemies instead of going to therapy.
That's great. Oh my god. Men, there's a lot of things that men do that they should really just go to therapy for. Like every time I interact with someone on the internet, I mean, besides you guys, of course.
We're some of the good ones. I've heard that rhetoric before. I understand. Okay.
The argument is like the liberal who is like, can you even imagine if one of our incredibly unlikable war criminal female heroes sat outside and did a frowny thing? That would be receptive.
Amy Klobuchar would never be caught doing something like this.
All losers. Like, people wouldn't care because they fucking suck.
The reason they don't work as memes is they're imposing authoritarian figures. Those don't make good memes. Bernie's a old man out in the cold fighting for the people. That's meme material. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you'll never get a Pixar movie about an old woman dying alone. All right. All right, Tony, go ahead.
No one really called out one of the biggest problems that this meme kind of illustrated to me, and it's just an issue we've been facing forever, which is appropriation by like white leftists. No one really acknowledges that the Bernie meme is just the views meme, is just the Drake views meme, and I think that's fucking bullshit. And I think that Bernie needs to say something.
Yeah, how many #1 hit singles on Billboard has Bernie had? Huh?
Yeah.
Come on,
exactly.
we have to,
Drake would never wear the same coat twice. Drake would never do that.
I think this Drake narrative is actually it's actually an example of J. Cole erasure. I mean, it was clearly a Forest Hills Drive reference that the meme was going for.
Oh my gosh!
So like
I'm not gonna have hip hop explained to me today or tomorrow.
No, Griff, go ahead. Keep explaining.
Who passes a brown paper bag test. I'm gonna keep it trucking. I'm gonna keep it moving. We're not gonna argue Drake versus J. Cole. I've already sunk down too low by acknowledging Drake. I'm not gonna talk about J. Cole.
I was just following you down the rabbit hole there.
Quick, save it with a Doja Cat reference. I believe in you, Griff. All right, Alexxus, I think you're up, right?
I'm just here, I'm doing the best I can to follow. There's so many people, and it's so great because the conversation is really fun. But I can't keep everybody in order. Like, just yell at me when it's my turn to talk.
Sure.
Okay.
I have an excuse to yell at a woman. We all heard it. Okay.
I've given you an excuse to yell at me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finally, that's what all of this was leading up to. this one permission.
I'm here. I'm the token mentally ill female. Okay, so have any of you guys, this may be like out of y'all's range of information, but I'm a mom, so I'm kind of like caught up on all this shit. Have y'all heard of JoJo Siwa, that blonde bitch that has the big huge bow in her hair and is like 17 and acts like she's 7?
Yeah.
I have
just
not,
found out
but
that she
thank you
was-
for filling me in. 'Cause
so
that sounds like a good
Yeah.
summary for me.
JoJo's Bows. What's good, JoJo's Bows? I am also a dad.
I just found out that JoJo Siwa and JoJo are two different people, and it was not just like a rebrand of the 90s pop
Oh my
star.
god. Yeah, no.
See, I was picturing a
don't
bizarre
tarnish JoJo's
adventure
good
type
name.
taking place. So, oh man.
Okay, so JoJo Siwa. So she's like she's like a kid's like pop star person, like likened to like Hannah Montana in my day. But I guess her contract with Nickelodeon just ended. So she came out on Twitter and posted a picture of herself wearing a shirt that says "Best Gay Cousin Ever," and then captioned it, "My cousin got me a new shirt." And that is how 17-year-old JoJo Siwa came out as lesbian on Twitter. And I can't get over the cousin part. Like, so many different gay shirts you could have worn, but it has to be best gay cousin ever. I mean, I get it. That's me. I am best gay cousin ever. So, like, relatable. I kind of want the shirt, but it was very humorous for me.
I mean, like, imagine just for a second how many bullets Dan Schneider was sweating when he found out that Nickelodeon teen star announces in the headline. He's like, "Oh shit, what is going to be going on?
Oh
What's happening now?"
From what I've heard, Dan Schneider needs to say "oh shit" way more than he does. I have heard some pretty gnarly things about him. So sus, very sus.
I love JoJo so much. JoJo's been pushing rainbows since the jump. Like, I actually couldn't stand JoJo because she makes things called JoJo's bows.
Yeah.
And they're these giant novelty bows that kids wear on their head, on their hair. And my daughter like loves them. And I'm like, no, we can make those for not $9. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it.
So basically,
but it's all rainbow stuff. It's all rainbow stuff. And it's funny because parents were already saying shit like, there's too many rainbows in here. This is pretty gay.
And they were right.
And then they were right. And I'm like, yeah. Because I kind of can't stand here for this. And I'm like, yeah. That video of her dancing in the car, in front of the car, like in front of the paparazzi. And she's just, you can tell she is watching herself from above, just completely disassociating. And that video is so haunting. Do you know the one?
Yeah, we all know that video, Tony. We've all seen it a million times of the JoJo and the dancing thing.
See, I am convinced that she is doing speed. 100%. There's just no way that one human can have that much energy.
Yeah. I mean, the way you described it right there made it sound like she was on ketamine. But
I mean,
the way she's moving, I don't know.
I'm not a drug knowledgeable.
No, you're not
person.
Cool. I get it.
Cool.
That's
I'm
fine.
I'm just a homeschool pot smoker, so I only know so much.
This is the hardest thing I know. There are other drugs. Hold on.
Oh my god. On the bright side, though, on a like more serious note, I did think it was really cool that somebody that is so revered by so many children came out as gay, and I feel like that's going to be so helpful for like LGBTQ children that are like questioning whether or not they're good enough or whether they can actually be who they are. So I think that part is kind of cool, but the delivery was what really killed me. Best gay cousin ever. I'm getting a matching shirt. It's going to happen. I'm going to wear it to my next family event. My mom's going to yell at me, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah, this is great news for merch grifters. If every coming out is going to come with a T-shirt,
right?
People that make those shirts, it's business is going to be booming.
Perfect. All right. So, Teddy, what's next on your joke list?
Yeah. So, I just want to talk about Kurt Cobain for a second.
Timely.
Just real timely. We're talking about teen idols go straight from JoJo to Kurt Cobain over here.
Easy segue.
So it's recently come to my same thing, same artist.
It's a JoJo bow, but it looks like brain matter up top.
So it's recently come to my attention that Kurt Cobain drew a bunch of Garfield fan art. That's a real thing. That's not part of this joke.
Really?
And
genius on several levels. It makes sense.
Yeah, he was really ahead of his time. So with that new information on top of the fact that Kurt liked to wear dresses and present femininely, I just want to present the idea that if he was alive today, he would have been like a femboy catboy. And instead of being in a grunge band, he would have been like a TikTok SoundCloud rapper and everyone would have fucking hated him. So just some food for thought about how Kurt Cobain would have existed in 2020 and the fact that he would be wearing cat ears and doing like TikTok dances.
Would his hit song be called Come As Uwu Are?
He definitely would have had like a Garfield left Twitter account.
Exactly. He would have been in Garf Chat with
Smells
us.
like lean spirit.
I mean, kids are already listening to like Nirvana, like slowed down edits. It's only a matter of time until.
Screwed.
Yeah, H-Town. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think he might have had like a left podcast. Like he might have done something on the left, and then King Bozo would have been like the Cum Town.
All apologies, but it's apologizing for saying the N-word during a stream.
Okay, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Tony, I believe you're next up.
So, I mean, this is not so much of a joke as it is like an observation that I just find really interesting. Through the storming of the Capitol, there's always a silver lining. And one was really interested to see kind of being lifted up and talked about a lot and receiving high praise is Eugene Goodman, the black cop who got chased up the stairs, and how he's like a hero for like leading people away from people, and how people literally replace their ACAB hashtags with Eugene Goodman. And like that was happening all over. And so my favorite joke that came out of this is Eugene Goodman. I think that's a fucking joke.
I mean, he went from being a token cop in one way to a token cop in another. I guess, what ended up happening.
I think I saw a post of someone did a side-by-side of, I think it was Amy Schumer posting, like this summer it was some, fuck around and find out ACAB thing. And then after the storming the Capitol, it was like a post celebrating Eugene Goodman. That was exactly one of the ones I saw around. Yeah, that was one of the big ones going around. which is annoying because like there's this is all fortunately a byproduct of white supremacy, a mentality of having to serve black excellence at all times. Other security guards are just stepping aside, but Eugene knew goddamn well that he couldn't do that. He had to do his job better than everyone else. And it's just sad. It's just so sad to watch. Good job, America. You're fucking killing it. Like literally.
It's he broke the thin blue line color barrier. Yeah. I think is what you can say. I want to see the movie. I want to see the movie they make of this. Like I want to see an hour and a half long movie, of exactly this. Unfortunately, it'll have like Clint Eastwood directing or something.
That could be Clint Eastwood's like redemption arc to prove he's not racist, is to make a movie where it's a black cop yelling at people to get out of the Capitol instead of yelling at teens to get off of his lawn.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some hope for the project, but it's written by Quentin Tarantino, so I think we all know what ends up happening here. It's gonna be tight, though. I think this is where like Anthony Anderson is finally gonna really shine and come out as like a dramatic figure. I think that's just Tony solidarity ultimately that might be happening, the unbridled optimism to occur from it. So all right, Grift, you're up.
We know some things in the news today. Larry King died. Rest in peace. Shout out to a legend, and particularly shout out to him for taking that absolute alpha shit, taking that phone call while recruiting, while recording Dave Rubin's show. I think he took like a 4-minute phone call with like his grandson or something, just talking about showing up to his baseball games or some shit, just completely, the Dodgers got Mookie Betts and David Price. Oh, okay. Dave Rubin's just like he's not going to interrupt Larry King, but he's just getting his ass fucking handed to him. But anyway,
by Larry King's grandson, no less.
So if I ever personally got invited on the Rubin Report, I'd refuse to debate him because Dave Rubin's big on asking insisting that people debate him or whatever, and then actually not showing up for the debate. So I'd flip it on him. I would refuse to debate him, but then I would turn the entire program into an extended infomercial for Griftshop shirts that say "debate me" on them.
You won't even buy this. How will I know if you want to debate me until you buy this?
And his audience would eat that up because that's his brand. But I would refuse to debate him personally.
On Dave Rubin's show, I would pull up Ben Shapiro and I'd tell him that I would refuse to go to his wedding, but not because he's gay. It's just because he fucking sucks. Seen that for Ben Shapiro, good friend of Dave, going and telling him that it's like less than human.
Yeah.
No, I have not. But
and he just takes it to the face.
Yeah.
And then,
No, you're right. I am. Let me check my sponsors again. Yo, definitely. That is 100% accurate. You are well within your rights, sir.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So I'll get us started on the next round then. The Utah Attorney General's office was surprised to find that police had shot over 30 people in 2020. We didn't even think we had 30 black people in Utah, said one resident.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
I'm having like trauma flashbacks to when I first had my son and I got super involved in like baby wearing and all the moms groups and stuff. And you would not fucking believe how many like Instagram famous moms are from fucking Utah. They're all Mormon. They're all from fucking Utah.
I believe it. Yeah.
They're all white and blonde. It's honestly hilarious to me how that many white women can congregate in such a small area of Utah.
Yeah, they're all based in dog-pilled.
You're not wrong.
My favorite thing and the quintessential example I want to give people about like what Utah culture is probably Saints backup quarterback Taysom Hill is named Taysom because his parents really like to go to a random park over in Idaho before they moved to Utah. So they decided to name him after this park. And it's not a big park. In fact, it's like right by a shopping center and it kind of just has like 2 swing sets, but that was considered like their element of nice and really relaxing, and it's just a different enough name, it's quirky enough for them. That's, I think, is Utah culture.
That's
is
cool.
Stealing Idaho valor.
I was going to say that's cool because if you name your kid after like a place or whatever, they'll always have a sign to steal when they turn 13.
Yeah, that is sick.
My first child is going to be named Speed Limit 25. I think going to make it real easy for him to.
Too bad America Ferrer didn't take that seriously.
All right, JJ.
Kim Ye are headed for Splitsville. Have you heard about this?
I've seen it too.
Kim Kardashian, Kanye getting divorced. Yeah, I mean, if a dangerously insane man who thinks slavery was a choice and the most desired woman in the world can't work it out, what chance is there for the rest of us? Can I sell it?
You sold it a little bit. You lost me with most desired woman in the world. You know, you have to remember that there's like an entire toxic subgenre of men that goes, wait, she's how old? No, thank you.
Yeah, the fact that she's 3D means that she's not desirable to like 40% of the population.
Yeah, she's probably not a big hit on like the MGTOW subreddits or whatever.
Libertarians hate her.
I'm actually going to be meeting up with the Kardashian camp next week to pitch to her that if she would just start dating me as a lighter skinned black man, she will now appear darker than she did when she was with Kanye.
Oh my God.
She can just save so much money on hand concealer.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
All right, Alexander.
So speaking of beautiful women, Doug Emhoff, husband of Kamala Harris, is the first second gentleman in our nation's history. First gentleman, second gentleman. I'll be shocked if he can be a gentleman hanging around that hot ass bitch Kamala all day. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's how I want to have sex with her.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have those desires.
You need to unplug from the K-Hive Facebook comments, Alex. That is an uncanny valley level of accuracy.
Who let Sally Albright on the stream?
So it is true that like performatively writing like slash fiction about your political heroes is a very liberal thing, or like saying like, you know, I want to have sex with them because I like their policies. Like that's a very liberal thing. That's accurate. But we also found a guy on Minion Death Cult for the show. We found a guy right when Trump got coronavirus, right when Trump and Melania got coronavirus, he wrote this like fantasy about how they were gonna make a little Melania while they were sequestered in the Lincoln bedroom.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah!
Oh god!
It's almost more disturbing than I think in liberal, because these are like very sick people, right? They have coronavirus, and you're fantasizing about them having sex with each other, and then making a little version of the like hot supermodel mom. That was literally how it was phrased. I bet they're gonna make a little Melania, right? Right, guys? Wink.
Does the coronavirus pass to the child?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole lot better than what I was picturing, though, because initially I was thinking it would just be the White House version of the movie Room over and over again.
Oh my
so,
God.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's a bigger room.
We're gonna need a bigger room. Is I think, yeah, famous quote from the movie. So.
Yeah, you're right though. That's really fucking weird. Why would you not use another example of Trump's female children? Make another Ivanka. Make another Tiffany. Make another Melania. It's kind of sus.
I mean, he already wants to fuck Ivanka. If they make a little Melania, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I don't even want to.
And Trump would never try to make another Tiffany. Come on now, like we all know that.
Which is a goddamn shame.
Yeah, maybe they were talking about doing like a cloning procedure on Melania, just like to make sure they have a backup in case her body double dies.
Oh my god!
You need a smaller one.
Yeah.
All right, Alexxus.
Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry.
So the wonderful world of Twitter, I saw this tweet that really like killed me, and I feel like it really highlights the differences between like liberalism and leftism. So somebody named Melanie Benjamin, I don't know, she has a blue check mark by her name, so she's somebody important. I don't know, I have no
definitely important.
Yeah, obviously if you have the blue check, you're important. So she tweets, in my fantasies, Pete and Chaston will have Kamala and Dougie, I don't know, over for weekly potlucks that Michelle Obama will crash with a bottle of wine and gossip, after which Dr. Jill and Joe bring the dogs over along and make homemade brownies to enjoy while they all sing karaoke. And that was a legitimately serious tweet.
I love
that's worse than having like a sex fantasy about them.
I would agree.
Like,
I was just like at first I thought it was a joke and I was like laughing, and then I like started like looking like through her page and like through all the comments and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this woman is serious.
You're like fantasizing about other people having friends.
And it's in the middle of a pandemic when most of us aren't seeing our friends that often anyway. You're fantasizing about leaders in the country getting together and having a she-bang, like.
And it's at your place, so you're like the conduit for the friendship, so you're very important. And they're like your house and not their giant houses.
Yeah.
Imagine though, sitting like Joe Biden and Barack Obama sitting there, and then that person's partner walking in and being like, "Oh, so how do you two know each other?" That's I think the moment that they're really waiting for and hoping for.
Yeah, it's like you said, like it's at your house, but yet these are the most powerful people on earth. So simultaneously your friends, they're coming to your house, but you're in like a supplicant role to them. So it's like having like superheroes over to your house. And so you can like bow down and lick their boots. And it's sort of just the core of liberalism right there.
It really is, because the only time superheroes arrive at your house is when you're 6 years old and you're not going to be 7. So
follow up.
That took a second.
I
my
can do my dark stuff, I guess.
Like, she's all, yeah. So for this book club meeting, I wonder who would get to pick the book. Unfortunately, it would probably be Barack. Like that man that's there, like even in her fantasy, she still can't like overcome the of like her favorite president. Also, like ask her who her favorite president is. She's gonna say Obama, but like he's got that privilege, that man, not the presidential the man privilege.
There's a difference.
Being a man gives you more privilege than being president.
Even
Send
the most
tweet. There you go. All right.
Even the most radical feminist cannot escape the patriarchy.
Every day, man. Every day. Every time I get like pulled over, like, because I'm just notoriously a terrible driver. It's like very cliche of me. But every time I get pulled over by a cop, I'm just like, okay, harness your female energy. And I'm like, oh, officer, I'm so sorry. How fast was I going? Blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it freaking works. And I'm like, okay, this is like me using the patriarchy to my benefit, just poor innocent
opening
female.
up the middle dash console, the breaking open in case of emergency cat ears to put over your head, just like, oh, what? Oh,
I just got broken up with. I'm so sorry, officer. You can go.
One of my friends used to do that to get out of tickets, but instead of crying, she would just piss herself, and the cops would always let her go.
Oh my god.
That's not even like a bit. Like I know someone who would piss themselves multiple
Classic
times.
sign that you should go
It's like-
free. Pissing yourself.
Teddy.
So I don't know about y'all, but like a bunch of dudes from my like high school got really into Bitcoin like 4 weeks ago and have made it their entire identity. And it's really fucking annoying. You should just be normal and have Bitcoin left over from when you bought Acid Online in 2011. Like imagine buying Bitcoin in 2021 when you can't even spend it on anything cool like weird drugs or I don't know what else you buy.
What are you using? This is the poor man's stock market. I understand. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Tony?
We talked about him a little bit earlier, but the Q Shaman, once again, these silver linings that we've been finding throughout this whole thing. While the Q Shaman was incarcerated, there was a plea to accommodate his diet of a full organic diet. And they actually went ahead and they made it happen. The Q Shaman did say he would get sick if he didn't have a complete organic diet. And they accommodated that, which is good, because one of the reasons why I've been so tentative to be more combative and get arrested is because I know they won't be able to accommodate my particular diet. See, I get really ill and I sustain off a diet of nothing but pussy.
Same, bruh, same.
So lock me up. Thank you, Q Shaman.
There we go. 3 square broads a day is gonna be what the diet consists of.
I don't think you're gonna like
go.
the kind of pussy you got to eat in jail, though, dude.
Get to eat.
Okay, Grift.
So yeah, we had a little talk earlier about how we have a new administration, new president, new vice president. The vice president has a stepdaughter who a lot of people were talking about her outfits and stuff, but I just like to issue a PSA, which is based off of certain things you can assume based on the vice president's past policies. So if you simp the new vice president's stepdaughter, do not pass go. Do not collect $2,000. Go immediately to the prison of the gender the state assigned you at birth.
Actually, the hit out for that particular individual on the white genocide list is much higher than $2,000. And we're some people are reporting for duty.
The question is the hit out, that amount, is that more or less than the cost of one semester at the stepdaughter's Ivy League school?
The goal that you only get paid if the kid that you create is as dark as Kamala. That's the only way you get paid.
Now, just for reference, can she talk about J. Cole? Is that okay in your head?
J. Cole's going to be the Godfather, so yes.
Oh my God.
All right, so round 4 here. A story about a northern Idaho internet service provider that blocked users from being able to view Facebook or Twitter has gone viral. People were shocked to discover that northern Idaho has internet and didn't operate entirely off bulletin boards and potato-powered tin can telephone lines.
Honestly, the thing is that Amish Instagram is fucking popping, and so that's why I couldn't even buy it for a second. Like I spend a lot of time watching furniture get built.
Amish fan cams as they're raising a barn. Is that?
Yeah.
It's got nothing on the Mennonite TikTok though.
Oh man, I could imagine.
I'm having like traumatic childhood flashbacks to only being allowed to read Amish fiction as a teenager. So.
What does Amish fiction write about, like electricity?
Usually, I blocked most of those memories out because they're just so traumatic. But I remember this one scene in this book I read where the elders of the church caught the girl that was courting this guy with her hair down, clothes on, falling asleep next to each other on the barn floor. And it was like, oh my God, you horrible, wicked, evil woman. And I remember like reading this at like 13 being like, wow, what a slut.
Yeah. How could she?
How could she let her hair down?
That's literally a plot line in season 1 of Gilmore Girls.
The problem wasn't that she let her hair down. The problem was that he came. That's the sin.
I mean, just to go back, the ways different Christian sects were interfacing with different social media. I kind of missed when Vine was still around. The Pentecostals were doing some great stuff with that platform.
Oh my God.
Seventh Day Adventist, it worked so well with Vine in the 7-second format. So I can understand. Yeah.
You could chop up that speaking in tongues into some just really, really great memes.
All this religious conservative social media, I don't understand. Nowadays, I don't understand it. When I was growing up, we just had the movie Kingpin. Watched it, every day, and that was all we needed.
I can't wait until QAnon has their own social media site. Like I know they shut down Parler, but there's serious strength to this movement, and I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Well, in the meantime, JJ, what have you got for us?
In a bit of more somber news, Israeli warplane struck Syria on Friday, killing 4, including children. I'm not anti-Semitic though, so it was good. And fuck those kids.
Oh my God. I was not expecting that.
In fairness to Israel, they were holding balloons. It was a 5-year-old's birthday party.
Oh my God.
Start that point. I was a little worried, but I think you threaded the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it was hit there may have been some kites as well at the party. That could have been a factor.
Yeah, one of the kids had a needle that he was walking steadily toward the border with.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck, Alex. I guess that means you're next up in the lineup.
Okay, so let's see here. Democrats recently revealed that the $2,000 one-time check they promised was actually a cumulative amount based on the $600 already passed by the previous administration. And they would only be working towards $1,400 checks, showcasing two things that Democrats love most: undercutting already low expectations and assigning math homework.
Oh, man.
God,
Boy.
I love being disappointed by Democrats. Like every man I've ever had sex with.
Now hold on, are the men the Democrats or are you the Democrat? I'm very that analogy
All
It
men
felt
are
through a
real
little bit, but
double-edged
we're gonna
sword.
roll with it anyway.
okay.
You're telling me you've never seen a Democrat take off their pants and say, "Congratulations on the stimulus"?
Well, Alexxus, go ahead and fire away.
Yeah. So so Bumble, they like the way the interface works, if y'all been on Bumble at all, like they have like questions that you can answer on your profile for people to see. And so there was this one, and it was like, you should not go out with me if, and the guy was like, you're doing that whole poly thing, not interested. I'm sorry, one man isn't enough, you're ravenous vagina. And
Nice.
I love that because the word ravenous, or the phrase ravenous vagina, is just hilarious to me. Probably because it's applicable, because I have done the poly thing and I do indeed have a ravenous vagina. So I'm really glad he got that out, because now I know like to avoid, because that would be an issue. But I love that it was like projected as a negative thing. Like I feel like most guys would be really down for someone with a ravenous vagina. Like,
I mean, they're the ones signing up for that prison program that Tony was talking about
exactly,
earlier. So
exactly.
We've all seen the movie Teeth.
No.
yes, yes.
I haven't seen it, just aware of it.
The tagline should be ravenous vagina.
Yeah.
I know the premise, and yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the name actually it was released under in France, I believe. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna have to add ravenous vagina to my Twitter bio. I don't know. I would have to take out the other thing in my Twitter bio, which is major daddy issues and great tits to match. I don't know. I'd have to kind of weigh it out.
Well, I mean, just take out, I'm trying to remember his name, Eugene Goodman, from your profile bio, and then you can just add...
Hashtag Eugene Goodman.
I gotta say though, like kind of shout out to like that guy for keeping it real on his bio, because I'd rather that than like what happens a lot where the response is like, I can fix her. I can.
Yeah.
I will satiate. Like better that than like, I will satiate your ravenous vagina. You know, like that's,
I can keep up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up emoji. Yeah.
See, now I feel like if I ever do online dating again, I'm gonna have to put that I have a ravenous vagina, just so the expectations are clear. You know, I'm easily disappointed. So,
Yeah.
In the words of J. Cole, don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
There you go.
I'm loving the amount of times J. Cole references are just sneaking in all of these conversations.
I have no idea why.
I'm sure J. Cole also appreciates it. Like, finally, relevance again somewhere. All right, Teddy.
So, as everyone knows, I mean, maybe you're listening to this like 10 years down the line. We're in the middle of a pandemic right now. And I know that I've taken this time, mostly due to the amount of unemployment money they've gotten, to try and like launch their own businesses or like try freelancing as like a full-time job or shit like that. And I am also lucky enough to be able to follow my dream, which is that it's now socially acceptable to post on Twitter for 16 hours a day.
8 hours for sleep, 16 hours for posting.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what Karl Marx fought and died for.
It really is wonderful to see that, like, now I think as a result of this, there aren't that many quote unquote normies left. Like, everyone is incredibly online and brain poisoned and everything else.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Just over the past few months, I've seen people's minds just completely rot, and I'm glad for it because now we're on the same page.
You're still considered, too online or too much of a nerd if you're posting on Twitter while operating a package car throughout downtown.
Sometimes, when you're fighting for parking spaces, it's important to, live tweet the events as they pop up. I understand.
And they okay. So for anybody who's not who didn't see that tweet, that great tweet I did, some bus driver came out and started taking photos of my package car because I was sticking out into the cross street by a foot or whatever in front of them. And the second I started talking to them, they immediately backpedaled and were like, "Oh, no, I'm just having a bad day." You're a union worker taking photos of another union worker's work truck. Fuck you. I don't care what kind of bad day you're having.
I mean, honestly, you were being conditioned for that interaction through doing Budfest. That was just that person. Listen, man, I gotta take it out on you. I'm having a really tough day today. I just can't seem to win. I'm just trying to get a W.
Sorry, we don't all have red and yellow striped curbs to park at, located throughout the city, brother.
Check your privilege.
You should make that into a poster. Everyone is just one bad day away from becoming a narc.
Yeah, everyone talks about how the Joker, all it takes is one really bad day to push someone over the edge. This is the equivalent.
Yeah, I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
Oh no! Oh God! Oh, all right. With that, then I think we know it's time to move on to Tony.
I don't actually like the joke that I thought I was going to tell.
Okay.
So instead, I will pivot to something that was brought up earlier through the Bumble profiles and the dating profiles. My favorite disillusion that I see on the internet. And I'm counting this in the internet, of everything I see, of all the things I see in and day out doing the show, the thing I find most unbelievable, the type of reality I want to live in, is the person who says on every single question, the answer to every single question is don't be a liar. I'm looking for honesty, loyalty. And I just love that they think that people are reading this and thinking, you know what? Yeah, never mind. I am a liar. I am going to lie to you. I'm going to cheat on you. There's going to be no loyalty, so I will swipe left. Out of respect of your profile, let me do you the favor. I just want to live in that world.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It is a wonderful world. I mean, that's also assuming that anyone is actually reading anyone else's bio and not just going for pure hot points the entire time.
You have
frantically swiping right.
You have to because you're going to accidentally swipe right on somebody who you didn't realize that there was a blue line in one of their things, and you're going to get murdered when you meet up.
My entire online dating bio is that I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, and I'm a midnight toker. So I think that's pretty
smooth.
Do you get your loving on the run? That is a question. Yes or no?
I live in Washington, D.C., so I got jokers to the left of me. Right?
This is the stupidest day in American history, followed by every other day in American history. Am I right?
Oh my gosh.
All right, Grift, you're next.
Everyone's probably aware there's been a lot of talk in the leftist media space about this force the vote issue. A lot of people needlessly attacking each other over what's basically a difference in strategy. But I just wanted to let people know that I personally, I'm here as a good faith Democratic Party strategist. And I'm here to tell the left that you'll never force the vote by forcing it down people's throats.
Yeah. Snaps.
Got it.
I sure do hate things being forced down my throat.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're how long into the podcast, and we've started to get that going. I appreciate it. Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's what a Democratic Party strategist would say.
Hello, I am now a Democratic Party strategist.
I don't want to wade in like too far one way or the other because I don't really think about it that much. But a very funny argument to me is the idea that Nancy Pelosi is withholding the vote because she knows that voting on it will be bad for Democrats or something like that. And that's kind of an absurd argument to me. She's withholding the vote because she's not withholding the vote. She's just not doing something she doesn't have to do.
Yeah,
like,
right, exactly.
Like we have no mechanism to force these ghouls to do anything. Like she's not doing 3D chess or game theory or anything. She barely thinks about you. You're a political YouTuber. She probably doesn't think about you all that much.
Yeah. It's the Thanos meme, right? Like I sacrificed everything for you. It's like I don't even know who you are.
And it's the Mad Men meme. I don't think about you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a mechanism in place to get them to notice us, and it's called bringing a gun to the Capitol building.
We saw it in action.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is now the president.
Yeah.
He stopped the steal.
In Minecraft.
All right. So now we move into the last official round. I'll go ahead and get things started with White House Communications Director Kate Bedingfield emphasized that President Biden will not deliver breaking news at 1 a.m. through Twitter. Instead, Americans will get a message from Hunter Biden asking you up with a winky smiley face. JJ?
Glenn Beck recently compared being banned from YouTube to the Holocaust. In an unrelated bit of personal news, my wife's casserole has been a real Holocaust lately. On top of that, my daughter has done a Holocaust to my wallet because she neat Doc Martens. And in all honesty, I don't think she deserved them considering her room looks like a Holocaust.
Oh my God.
Alexander?
So really quickly, I just wanted to say, like, Tony did a very funny joke about eating pussy in prison, and that's funny, but I think that's him, like, trying to obfuscate and make himself look cooler because he is vegan.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay, so yeah, Biden nominated and Congress approved Lloyd J. Austin as the nation's first African-American Secretary of Defense. Austin is also on the board of directors for Raytheon. With his confirmation, liberals hope to realize the adage, once you go black, you never go back to pre-1980s military spending level.
All right, Alexxus.
So I find it humorous, the narrative that the COVID vaccine is microchipping people. And I saw this tweet and it was like, y'all think the government is going to put a microchip in you just to be like, oh, yep, they're still on the goddamn couch, just like the iPhone said. Nice.
All right, Teddy.
While we're talking about Twitter, I'm sure that everyone is aware that Donald Trump was banned from it. And a lot of people are crying that this is like censorship or something. And I just want to say that I think it sucks, not because he got censored or anything, but just like, I want to know what that rascal's been up to since he left office. Like,
yeah. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Tony?
I'd like to take a second to acknowledge our sponsor, Headspace, who has been providing me with an excellent program. I wake up every day and I meditate for about 5 to 10 minutes thanks to Headspace. The voices of Matthew McConaughey have been talking me through my own mind through my own consciousness. And I now have the ability to astral project myself to Congress, where I will plead for all of us. They won't be able to see me, but I'll be there. Shout out Headspace. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and you can get a free month of Headspace using the code Astral Assassination. And what it is we need to all storm the Capitol with our minds. Thank you, Headspace.
Got it. And if you want a free month of Head, use promo code Tony. So,
hey.
Yeah, I've been using Headspace to make my Nancy Pelosi tulpa to practice debating with.
All right, Griff.
Yeah, kind of relate to the tulpa comment, but there's been a lot of talk about the left's future with electoralism. Do you put your energy into a third party? Do you continue to reform the Democratic Party that tries to destroy you at every step? So in that light, I'd like to announce that I'm starting a new grassroots movement. It's called the Funko Populist Party. Members will submit their annual dues by commissioning a custom Funko Pop of the podcaster who tells them what political positions to have.
Just in time.
Thank God.
The left is back, baby.
Well, let's see here. Just kind of to go around the horn. Does anyone have any extra jokes that are queued up that you feel like you want to present?
I have one quick one-liner that I wasn't sure if it would fit into this format or not. But just want to ask: do you think Jar Jar Binks smoked weed, or were his eyes just like that?
It's seaweed.
I think, frankly, given the clear racial stereotypes behind George Lucas's portrayal of the Jar Jar Binks character, frankly, that question is offensive and probably not fit to air if we don't want to all get canceled.
In Star Wars canon, that Jar Jar Binks' blood was weed.
I'm just really advising everyone to please not go onto DeviantArt and start looking up Jar Jar Twinks, because that's not going to be what you're looking for, or it'll be exactly what you're looking for.
We've already seen a lot of Jar Jar out there on the timeline. Let's be real.
Well, my God, this has been an episode. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is the fun part where we dive into plugs. So, JJ, what's going on in your world? What have you got to plug?
Oh, man, I'm like a third of the way through mixing an album that hopefully will be out probably in March now. You've heard some of it.
I have.
Yeah, I'll hopefully be releasing something, a lyric video perhaps. In the next 2 weeks, maybe. But other than that, just wherever you listen to your music, just search JJ Demon and you'll find some shit. Some of it very bad, but the newer stuff very good. And
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say JJ Demon is an artist who, if you think you didn't get a hand job in middle school to his music, you probably ended up getting a hand job in middle school to his music. So
yeah, I was I had a strange career arc. But in my plugs, since I did say that I had a Jared Leto joke, just to bring this whole all full circle, I'm going to do it really quick, and it's not good. In entertainment news, Jared Leto's MCU debut Morbius was delayed again. In it, he plays a pale, scrawny, villainous vampire with mental problems. Sources say to prepare for the role, he was Jared Leto. So.
I love it. True method acting all the way through. Yeah, excellent sign off there. Grift of grift.shop. What's going on? What have you got to plug?
You said it right there. Grift.shop is the website. I make merch, political themed merch there. It's sort of constantly shifting the focus right now. I'm sort of exploring the sort of aesthetic confluence between liberals and sort of like, their sort of nationalism that they're portraying right now. So I've got some blue MAGA parody merch up right now a little bit. So blue Antifa flags, blue Lives Matter flag with the K-Hive ring, the gold K-Hive ring. Stuff like that, as well as the old favorites, of course. The War on Christmas veteran stuff.
Excellent.
Always classic. So
timeless.
Grift.shop.
Perfect. And then Alex and Tony from Minion Death Cult, individually, please do your plugs, but then also don't forget, also, I believe there's a rumor about it becoming Muggle Death Cult, at least for a little bit, huh? What's going on in y'all's world?
In the Facebook group, somebody had a funny suggestion that now that Biden is in charge, we should, and we're talking a lot about the liberal capitalist death drive. We should change the name of the show to Muggle Death Cult.
Yes.
Save it for the Patreon episodes. They'll do the paywall. So.
It's even more cringe of a name than Minion Death Cult. Yeah. So no, I don't know if we can jump like that. Minion Death Cult. It is politics and culture through the lens of right-wing and liberal comment sections on Facebook. We try to see what's going on in there, how they're thinking about things, how they're talking about things. You can you can get that at miniondeathcult.com or wherever you get podcasts. I'm Flealdy on Twitter. It's a combination of the two best bassists in the world, Flea and Flealdy. At Flealdy.
Perfect. Tony?
I got a couple things going on. I sell bread. Bread is available for shipping in the continental U.S. Check out Sickles Harvest on Instagram. I also am trying to open up a co-op. And it's my pin tweet. If you look at Word is Bond, that's where I'm at on Twitter. It's my pin tweet. I'm trying to open a co-op market in San Bernardino, California, in the heart of the IE.
Nice.
So we got a little GoFundMe going on there. Check that out. Buy some bread for me. Give me money to open up a market. But more importantly, go to patreon.com, Minion Death Cult, and subscribe over there so I can, so we can eat a little bit in the meantime.
Love it. Okay, Teddy, what's going on?
You can find me on Twitter for more insane ramblings at DIY Fury, like Guy Fieri if he ran DIY shows. And I also host a podcast about Chumbawamba called Chumbology that you can find at chumbology.rocks or anywhere where you get your podcast materials.
Perfect. Oh man, it's dedication to go with that band, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
We're 60 something songs in, and I feel less insane than I did when we started. So
awesome. And then Alexxus, what is going on in your world? What's hip and happening?
Well, I used to have a podcast, and then it turned out that my podcast co-hosts were shitty, abusive people. So I don't have a podcast anymore, and probably won't.
You can just say podcast co-host. Yeah. It's fine,
The redundant.
So I mean, at this point, the only thing I have to plug is my Twitter page. I guess I could plug my Instagram as well because I'm planning on releasing a poetry book sometime late this year, beginning of next year. So Twitter, you can find me at Lacrimosian, like Lacrimosia, the Mozart song, because I was an emo Tumblr kid. And I also have an OnlyFans of like every other female on the internet. So if you're interested in that at all, it's on my Twitter bio link, so you can check that out or not. It's okay. And then Instagram, I'm at HexLexXus. I had to change my username because my birth father kept trying to contact me. So if you want to, great. So if you want to follow me on there, I post my poetry there a lot. I post a lot of my writing, and details of the book that I'm going to be releasing will be there as well as on my Twitter. So that's pretty much all I have to plug right now. That's it.
Perfect. And then, as with everything else, people, y'all are aware of what Psychic Dolphin Garage is, so I'm not going to bother with plugs. There are Twitch streams that are happening sometimes. There's a Discord that's around. It's going to be all in the show notes. Find everything else there. In the meantime, we're going to catch y'all on the flip side, deep down low. Deuces, y'all.
Deep down low. Down.